It's the issues that matter most to you. A closer look at current events, just the tip, special guests, and more. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe, Arizona's longest-running drag live stream. Hosted by Felicia Fefe Minor and Freddy Prinze Charming. Streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Promotional consideration for Let's Have a Fefe provided by Wigs of a Kind, The Burly Barber, Bone and Basil, as well as our patrons at Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe to become a Fefe patron. Virtual tips accepted at paypal.me/Let's Have a Fefe. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe.
Welcome.
Hello. Good evening.
Oh my goodness. And I'm actually here on time. Did not rush to put
And
on
she's
my
got a
wig.
fake on. Look at that.
I feel like I'm going somewhere, and then it rains. Oh,
Yep.
too soon. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe. This is season 10, episode 26.
And it's already August. How the hell did that happen? Where the hell is this year going? Like, I don't understand how, like, 2020 took about 4 years to get through, and then 2021 was okay, and then now all of a sudden we're in 2022, and 7 months goes by in about 3 days. Like, what the fuck happened?
That's pretty much how it is. Yeah, that's what's happening to me too. This is your Wednesday night conversation. If this is your first time meeting me, I don't know why, but hi, I'm Felicia Minor.
If this is your first time, woo boy, thank you.
Right. Welcome. We're sorry in advance. And then straight out of the comic books is Freddy Prinze Charming over there.
I figured, because I was like, I need something that's kind of minimal effort, because I'm like, I was tired today and kind of I was dragging a little bit ass. I'm like, I need something that's a little bit that's still gonna look good, but it's a little bit lower effort kind of thing. And I'm like, I haven't done a pop art look since the very beginning of the pandemic, so why not? You're welcome.
On that note, let's thank our patrons on Patreon. Allison, Brandon, Cassandra, Drake Jensen, Casey Starr, Carrie and Corey, Kim, Joan, Leanne, Jody. Oh, I said that already. Nicole, Patricia Mason, Sassy, Shannon, Shelly, Sky, and Sky. Special thanks to our friends and supporters, Patricia Mason, Sky, and Drake Jensen, for taking a deeper plunge on Patreon. You can support us on Patreon.
Hey. And I've actually been posting content. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I posted content. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying really hard to be better.
I was doing good there for a second, and then I fell off. And then so I need to get back on doing that.
I'm trying. This shit's a struggle, but I'm trying.
I'm still struggling with that work-life balance.
Oh, Lord. I'm still struggling with the life balance.
Yeah, very much that. And special thanks to Joan of Bobbish, Jewelry and Wood Art, doing all kinds of special things for everybody. I need to, Guido Martin doing all the things, always producing something. Jeremy Bright of Ripple Phoenix, saw him this weekend. Very, very much, yes. Very much that, yes. You too.
I didn't see him this weekend because he didn't ask me.
Oh, okay. You can be in for the Dolly Parton show, I'm sure.
Fuck.
Once upon a time, you could have. You can tip us and sponsor us by going to paypal.me/Let's Have a Fefe.
Now I'll have to borrow your breastplate because mine aren't.
Oh, my breastplate is now made for Halloween. I need a new bra.
Fine.
I did things.
Can you get one in my color so we can share?
That'd be awkward and unusual. Anyway. I gotta get better at all of the things that I promise everybody on this godforsaken show. You can text LHAF to 602-730-7379. And one day I will get back into the groove of sending you text alerts. I know that I have some birthdays set up already.
I know how to do it. I would do it, but I don't know how because I don't have access to the phone number.
Oh, you can have access all you want. It's just another thing you have to remember the password for.
I don't know why I don't have like a thing that has all the passwords because I've already forgotten the password for Patreon. So if I get a new phone,
I'll get texts randomly in the middle of the day. Do you remember the password?
Totally fucked.
And most of the time,
if I get a new phone,
most of the time I'm like at work and I'm like,
everything.
I don't know. You have to wait until like 6
I just need you to like anticipate my needs and every once in a while just send me the login information for this shit.
I'm gonna have to open up an HR department because I'm not sure I can handle this.
Aren't you HR?
God no. Oh my god. Oh my god, people would die. We also want to thank all the people that give stars. If you're on Facebook, you can give stars. I think we earned $5.45 in the last 30 days. That's $5.45 we didn't have. So thanks, guys.
Hey, you know what? We both need like rhinestones for this shit that we're doing right now. So like that's $5 worth of rhinestones that we could be getting.
Yeah. If Marissa's on, I need to talk to you about a hairpiece.
Ooh. Me too, maybe. I don't know. I could find what if I did something fun?
Yes.
Thinking.
We got a lot of things that we're working on. Friday was the Michael Jackson show with Ripple Phoenix, hosted by
is that why I didn't get invited?
No, because Jeremy asked me. And so it was full of revelation. It was full of heat because it is outdoors. We are gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk about dressing room requirements because this melts.
You can start putting it in your rider.
Just
why don't we need a rider at this point?
Yeah, like. Do I deserve to be outside with no air conditioning? I'm just kidding. It was a fun show. And we did Michael Jackson numbers. Everybody stuck to the theme, believe it or not. Isn't that amazing? And yeah, the drinks were good. Just got to ask for not a child size when you go to the Thunderbird Lounge. Because I was like,
oh god, do they give it in like the small? Oh, that's not.
I'm like, oh, this is not The Rock. I almost was tempted to go across the street and be like, can you pour me something? I'll take it with me back over. But anyway, but they told me the secret is to order a double there. So a double is like a Rock single.
But then it costs you more though.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, well, I mean, it would cost normal people more.
I was like, I didn't pay for anything.
Not you, but normal people. That's the thing. If you want a bigger drink and you order a double, it's going to cost most people, more.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you want to put that on your credit card? I'll be right here. That's what happened. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday, of course, we were supposed to have trivia, and I was so excited. I had another amazing makeup look that Like, simply, I was like, okay, I am loving this. And I couldn't wait to go out. And then I walk outside, it's raining. And then you all are texting because I don't pay attention to my phone when I'm getting ready sometimes. And then I saw it was canceled as I was going to the venue.
Man, I tell you what, I haven't done a glitter beard in a while. Like, it's been a really
You
long
did
time
a
because
nice
glitter
little
beards
glitter
are
beard too.
like they're
Yeah.
messy, they're a pain in the ass to put on, and they're a pain in the ass to take off. And I'm like, I'm getting ready. There's no clouds over here. At first, when I started getting ready, there's nothing. I was fine. There's nothing happening over here. And everybody's like, it's raining, and I'm like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? And then all of a sudden, it started raining over here, and I'm like,
well, and then everybody was like, are you still doing sex trivia? And I'm like, why is there questions about this? I didn't realize what was going on outside because, you know, obviously I'm not venturing outside while this is happening.
Right.
It takes forever to look this cheap. And so by the time we were driving there, it was raining outside. And I was like, well, it should pass. And then I read the word puddles, and I was like, I don't walk in puddles.
Right, and basically Gracie's outside was essentially like pretty flooded, so we were just like, well, all right then.
And it also killed my vibe too, because I created this damn good ass presentation little thing that we were going to show before.
And I came up, there were actual new questions for shit, but no, that's fine. Just fuck all of ours.
Yeah.
And there's no sex trivia this month.
I'm just going to go back and
we have to wait
rename
till next month now to be able to use shit. Like,
and if it rains in September, I swear Mother Nature has it against us. Swear it. Anyway.
Yeah.
But that was Saturday my weekend. That was fun.
I was up at like 6 o'clock on Saturday because I had to get ready for Drag Story Hour. So
that's right.
I was up at 6 a.m. because I was like, all right, let me find something to eat real quick. Let me kind of get a face on. Let me, so 6 a.m. because I had to be there at about 9:30.
Do you eat with a face on?
While I'm getting ready, like at the beginning stages, I can munch on things while I'm doing some basic, just getting like my foundation and shit on. I can eat then. But once it gets harder, the more things that go on my face.
You're right.
It was a really good turnout, though. I think they said there was something like 30 people, 35 people that were actually there for Drag Story Hour. So that was really cool.
It does not disappoint at the Brickyard. I mean, the Brickyard, the Brick Road.
The Brick Road. No, and it's a great little little venue. For those of you who haven't been there yet, I highly recommend you check it out. And my partner got to come along, which she's never seen me do like an actual story hour. So that was cool.
Oh, that's right.
So she got to come, which was fun.
Comic-Con.
And right, but it's like that was different because it was very different. Like it wasn't like but someone like her old boss, I guess, someone who she kind of considers a mentor and things like that was there as well. And I got a great compliment, which made me feel all happy. I read a couple of books. One of the books I read, I got to read when we were doing things virtually, so it was kind of fun to read it in person.
Is it the one I got to read a book for?
No, that was a different one. But I did get to read one where I got to use all sorts of voices, and it's called I think The Day the Crayons Quit or something. And it's awesome. It's fantastic. I love this book. I think this may be my new favorite book, and I think the peach crayon is probably my new favorite crayon because so the kid goes in and goes to color, but there's all these letters from all the crayons in his little crayon box because they're like, look, I'm really tired. You work me too much. I'm over it. So they're all they're letters of resignation basically from all the different colors. And the peach crayon was like, dude, you took my wrapper off. Now I'm naked and I don't even want to come out of the box. It was so cute, but I got to do all sorts of different voices for that one. So that was super fun. And then after that, of course, I came home, got out of phase, ran some errands, like ran to go get prizes for Saturday night, which of course didn't happen. Did some stuff around the house, meant to take a nap, didn't happen, got back into phase, and then not. And my
Realized that
partner
we didn't have to
was
do it.
my partner who was actually out on a date Saturday evening, because she and her date were going to come to trivia afterwards with a bunch of friends, and that got rained out. So then they came back to the house and we played Mario Kart for a while, which was fun. And then Sunday we had a couple folks over, hung out in the pool. I made some food. It was just sort of a chill Sunday, nothing too crazy. I found out that I am able to whip up a cheese ball in about 30 seconds if I need to. And we're currently waiting on a part for the air conditioner in the drag cave.
Still?
Please, everybody. No, okay. So the AC, we haven't been able to get the AC to work. They've come out a few times to try and get it, and it keeps throwing an error, which is the internal motor. So, I called the company and they're sending me a replacement part. So when that gets here, then I have to let them know, and then they'll come out and they'll try and fix it. Everybody, I don't light a candle, do whatever you need to do, but Lord, please send the good vibes that this part is going to fix the problem and that my AC will work and that I can get in there and paint and finish and move everything in there. I don't care. Sacrifice children. I don't care what it is you need to do. Something. Please, please, please. Send all the good vibes that this part fixes the problem. Please.
Wow.
Because I need... What the hell? My phone just kicked me out of the video. That's really weird. Don't know why I did that. That's odd.
Maybe it did that to a couple people because we lost a bit of followers on the video.
Yeah, I think that seemed like that. Yeah, that was weird. So, I mean, for the most part, my weekend was relatively chill. Sunday was chill, which was nice. Hanging out in the pool was needed. It was like after, especially off the crazy shit on Saturday, it was really nice to be able to chill in the pool for a little bit. And so I don't know, people. I had to kind of think about my tip tonight because I have been seeing shit on Facebook that I'm like, I don't even know where to start.
I
People
haven't
are
read
on
it
one,
yet.
and my give a damn is done. Like, I'm just kind of scrolling
Did you ever
through Facebook
have one?
yesterday. Did I ever have one? Oh, a damn? Yes, I've had a couple. A couple. Once or twice. But like yesterday, so I'm like scrolling through, and like one of the first posts I see is somebody like, if you crate your dogs, like you're a piece of shit, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, no.
Wait a minute.
Here's why that's completely fucking wrong. And like everybody was jumping on this person, so they ended up dirty deleting the whole thing. And I'm like, oh well, I'm just gonna grab a screenshot. Because everybody's like, no, that's completely inaccurate. You don't know what you're talking about. You can't just say if you crate your dogs, you're a piece of shit, because that's not how that works. Like,
with no explanation.
Just they're like, well, it's that dogs aren't meant to be crated. Actually, dogs, if done properly, dogs actually enjoy their crates. Mine will put themselves in their crates and just hang out there if they want, like, because they feel
Mine
safe there.
Sleeps like in there like all day.
Right. Like, obviously they didn't know what the hell they were talking about. They just decided to word vomit, and then when everybody jumped on them and said that they were wrong, which they were, then they just dirty deleted the entire thing, which I hate that shit. Don't fucking dirty delete. And then I'm still scrolling, and I see somebody else post something about like how it was like some, I don't know, some stupid headline or whatever about how this woman got stranded somewhere because a guy flew her out, and then when she decided she didn't want to have sex with him, he like canceled her flight home or whatever. And it was posted by a cis gay man, and then all the other cis men under there were like, man, she knew what she was getting into. She should have just said, yeah, blah blah blah. She can't really say no after that. I was like, oh no, that's not how that works. You can say no at any point. No one is owed sex ever. And they're like, well, yes, because
no one's
blah, blah, blah.
owed
I'm
anything.
like, no. I could be naked on the bed, naked on the bed, and at any point say, you know what, I'm good. And that's it. There's no question. No means no, period. Doesn't matter when, period. And then after that, all the news stories about Demi Lovato started coming out. And
I have not heard.
Everybody was posting. They were just screenshotting like the headline, which said that Demi Lovato is now using she, her pronouns. But they didn't read the fucking thing, obviously. So everybody was like, oh my God, see, I knew it was a fad. She just did it for attention. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh my fucking God. So
but if you read the article.
So it was full of people just trash talking yesterday. And like I said, it was damn clear that no one actually read the articles about Demi Lovato. They just looked at the headline and just flew the fuck off the handle, because that's what people do. Why would you actually read something and have the whole fucking story? Like, that just makes too much sense. Why would you do that? That's when I was like, ugh. So I took a screenshot of just the very first like paragraph of one of the articles, highlighted some shit and posted it, because stop. So because of that, I'm like, all right, you know what? I feel like we're going to have to go back to Trans Allyship 101. We're going to talk about the bare fucking minimum shit again. Because what the fuck, people? So,
can I pause you for a second?
Yes.
First and foremost, before I got married, I was dating a guy, and he promised to pick me up at the airport and never showed up, but still wanted the fruity goods. I don't owe nobody nothing. So, cheers to that lady for putting him out on the internet.
Obviously, I'm like, so she got off the plane and realized that he was a piece of shit human and decided not to sleep with him.
Good for her for having a moral compass.
I mean, obviously, he is a piece of shit. She could have been in a relationship with a
douchebag.
Right. Ugh, so, okay, sorry. Yeah, no. I don't care who you are. Everybody has the right to say no at any point. Consent is mandatory at all times. Nobody owes you sex for anything ever. It doesn't matter what you buy them. Doesn't matter what you give them. Doesn't matter anything. Sex is not... Unless you have a transaction like that. There are people where you can buy them things and they will give you sex in return. They are... No, I didn't have that. They literally do that for a living. Like, there are people that you can call and schedule a time, and you can give them money,
that was not me.
And they will give you sex like that. But no. Ugh. And of course, it was all the cis gays that were jumping on this, and I'm like, no. So, all right. When it comes to Demi Lovato, if anybody actually read any of the articles, which obviously nobody did,
what's reading?
It said that they were going to be using she, her pronouns in addition to they, them. So basically what they're saying is they're comfortable with she, her pronouns, they, them, whichever. She said she was feeling a little bit more feminine, so she was going to go ahead and bring back the she, her pronouns because they were feeling more feminine and more comfortable in that space. Okay, who the fuck cares? So, all right. We're going to go back. Fucking Trans Allyship 101. Because we have talked about this and talked about this and talked about this. And I don't know why the fuck we are still talking about this. Gender
talking about this.
Is a spectrum. And for anybody that has seen the presentations that Teddy Michael and I do, this is something that we talk about.
And I identify as a gender queen.
And best typo ever. It feels like people need a refresher when it comes to folks who identify as non-binary. Here are the basics for you, okay? When it comes to gender identity is how you feel. You can identify within the binary, whether that be a cis man, cis woman, trans man, trans woman, etc. It just means that you identify within that binary. You identify some way as a man or some way as a woman. Easy. You can identify in between the binary as a gender queer, non-binary, gender non-conforming, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Gender expression. Gender expression and gender identity are not intrinsically linked. So, as gender expression, you can express yourself as more masculine, you can express yourself as more feminine, you can express yourself more androgynously. Now, if someone identifies as a man, whether it be a cis man or a trans man, that does not mean that they must present as masculine. They can present as feminine. They still identify as a man. Doesn't fucking matter. Someone identifies as a woman. They can express themselves as masculine or as androgynously as they want. Still a woman. Doesn't fucking matter. Pronouns. Remember that pronouns are not preferred. Pronouns are just are. Pronouns just are. To say that they are preferred indicates that they are optional, and they are not. If I tell you what my pronouns are, you do not have the option of saying, no, I don't want to use those.
Mm-hmm.
Examples of pronouns. He, him, his, she, her, hers, they, them, theirs. There are the neo-pronouns, which really aren't new. They're just kind of making a comeback. They've been around for decades. Things like z, zir, zers, things like that, which you don't hear very often, but are out there. Non-binary individuals can be assigned male at birth, and they can be assigned a female at birth. Non-binary folks can present as masculine. They can present as feminine. They can present as both. They can present as neither. They can use they, them pronouns. They can use neo-pronouns. They can use she or they, he or they, etc. It doesn't matter. It doesn't invalidate their identity. Regardless of sex assigned at birth, expression, or pronouns, their identity is valid. You don't get to say, well, if they identify as non-binary, then they need to be blank. That's not how that works. They do not owe society androgyny or softness or some weird version of femininity that makes you more comfortable with it. And I think part of the problem is when people think of non-binary, almost always people seem to think of AFAB individuals who are like sort of softer, slightly more masculine, kind of androgynous, but softer. Always soft.
But who gave them that picture?
That's what everybody think. Whenever like it with the AMAB individuals who identify as non-binary, if they have any sort of like masculine features, whether it's a beard or whatever, people just freak out. They're like, how could you be non-binary? It's like, that has nothing to do with their beard. Doesn't make them any less non-binary.
I have seen somebody that we both know, Brandon McGill. They recently grew a beard and had to clarify that just because they had a beard meant that doesn't mean that they were changing any pronouns, that they still go by they, them. And so I'm not sure if people were confused, but I don't put you in the box. In fact, if Freddie said I go by they, them, I would be like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But like, I think that people are forgetting part of also when we were evolving as from child to adult, we learn things and we put things in categories, and now it's time as an adult to relearn or unlearn to relearn some things. That process never stops. And the fact that we are taught Westernly ways is the fact that you think that you're stuck in these checkbox statuses. when you go to other countries, their paperwork is full of detail that I couldn't even fathom over here. People getting paperwork like that and being like, oh, so it's not just your,
right.
you're not just a male.
And more like medical places, like when I went to give blood last month, they ask, and a lot of medical places will ask this because it's something that needs to be asked. They won't ask, like on the paperwork, they won't ask what your gender is. They will ask what your sex assigned at birth is, because depending on what they're looking for, if it's like some sort of medical thing, they need to know that, because levels and different things look different, and certain disorders and stuff present differently in people that were assigned female at birth and people that were assigned male at birth. They're not being
Correct.
fucking transphobic. This is medical shit. And I'm gonna say it again. Gender is fluid. Like, I got super excited. I didn't even show you my shoes that I got over the weekend. Oh my God. I found a pair of like over the knee, like thigh high boots, which
How
I can't
dare
fucking walk in, but
you?
they would, I need to practice walking in heels better, but they would look really hot in like photo shoots. Like,
What
I
color
still
are
identify as
they?
a man. They're black
Hmm.
and they will fit you. Just saying. Just saying. And like,
What does that
kind of
say?
like what you said, you know, as people grow and become more comfortable with themselves, they may adjust the pronouns that they use, just like Demi Lovato did. Like, if you identify as non-binary and you've been using they them pronouns, as you kind of grow into that identity, you may find that you enjoy maybe being a little bit more masculine, and you kind of you're liking that energy, so maybe you adjust and you're like, you know what, I think I'm good with either, you know, he him pronouns, or, you know, they them, so you can use either of those. I'm fine. Doesn't make them any less non-binary, you know. If it
I have
And the
been
people that are
spectrum
saying that,
from day one, so I don't.
the people that are saying that, you know, Demi Lovato is, you know, is a fad and knew that she was doing this for attention, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, first of all, you didn't read the fucking article.
Also, where's the
Second,
support
you
that
don't.
all those people had for her?
Right, right, and that's the thing, is that people are fucking fickle. It's like they come out as non-binary, and it's like, yay, and then they're like, actually, maybe I'm not, or maybe I'm this, or, you know, whatever, and they're like, boo. It's like, no, no,
Bitch,
no,
make
no,
up
no,
your
no, 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 no,
mind.
no. No. Like,
But also,
non-binary.
this is why people that come out late in life, I need everybody to listen to this. This is why people that come out late in life don't express themselves, because we have people within our own community, and then they have people on the outside of their community that, you know, are, and then we're like
Right.
inside going, well, why the fuck do you have like 6 kids if you knew you were gay?
Oh my God,
That's
like,
not
we
up.
still, we're this community is full of problematic people that still refer to themselves as gold star gays. Like, you don't get an award just because you've never slept with a woman. Like, and
Also,
also
that's
trans men are
offensive to
men, so if you find
yes.
yourself sleeping with a trans man, like, it's like, things get really weird and icky, and they still call, you know, straight people breeders, and I'm like, you know, there are gay people that have kids, right? Like,
I
why
mean, we've been guilty of that a little bit at some point, but
well, I mean, everybody
as you,
has, but the thing is that we grow when we unlearn shit, like,
mhm,
you know,
absolutely. But I still also think
like,
that there are dirty breeders that
oh,
have
there are people that definitely
children
should not
because
be. I don't care. There are some people, it doesn't, regardless of sexual orientation, there are some people that should not be breeding. There are some people
yeah,
that have
that
no business spreading those genes around. Like, no, 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 we don't do that. No, we don't.
you can't wash
We
your
don't need any
face in the
more of that.
morning, but you're having a child. Oh my god!
No. And I think we have a tendency, just because you don't like it or you don't get it or you're not comfortable with it doesn't mean you get to gatekeep non-binary identities. Like you can't be like, I don't like the fact that they're using she and they, so that just means that they're not non-binary. No, that's you don't get to do that.
Or
You
assuming
don't get to do
that
that.
someone's like you in the sense
Right.
that
Like this is basic shit. And regardless of whether you understand it, because there's some stuff that I don't understand when it comes to certain things, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like there's some stuff that I don't get, but I'm like, whatever. It takes 2 seconds to just be like, well, if you tell me this, then that's fine, whatever. Like I don't care. Like just because I don't understand it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that I don't understand it. You don't have to
Exactly.
understand something to accept something. You don't have to understand something to respect somebody.
Ooh.
Like I don't understand Felicia 90% of the time, but I still
You're
respect
right.
her.
You're
Yeah,
right.
half the time I don't know what the hell my kids are saying, but it's fine, whatever. I still accept them for who they
Sometimes
are.
they
I
don't
just
even know
need
what
like
I'm saying.
this is true. I just nod and smile.
I'll be like,
But it doesn't mean that I don't love you.
What?
I'm just,
Oh.
that's just, what have we got happening? Okay, so Eddie Omega says using guys as like a, hey guys or whatever. It is. I'm still
because that's a
it's a
the
greeting that
groomed.
we've grown up using, and that's something that I still catch myself on. Because it's I've been
Can I
saying
tell
it for
you
40 odd years. Like
I think maybe in 2020 I was in bed a lot, so I binge watched a lot of YouTube videos. And by the end of like maybe the first week, I was tired of watching YouTube videos because everybody said, "Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys." And you're like, "Oh my goodness, do we all sound like this?"
yeah,
And so
yeah.
I think even at one point we started the show with "Hey guys," and I have purposely, even if we do Patreon extras, I have that rings so hard in my head. I'm like, oh God, I don't want somebody to watch this
I
after watching
when
something else.
I'm like emceeing shows and stuff like that, I still catch myself. Like there's sometimes when I slip and I say, guys or whatever,
Yeah.
but I immediately, the next time I know I'm going to address everybody, I try to correct myself and use y'all or everyone or folks or whatever. Like I try to, if I slip up and I say it once, I try not to say it again if I can help
Mhm.
it.
I'm very proud of some
It's
people at work too. They have started saying
like
humans or people.
right. Like I still, I everybody still slips up, and the thing is that
Mhm.
there are worse things. You know what I mean? Like it's not great. So we're trying to do better and not say, hey guys, but there are
I've
worse
also cut
things.
back on
So
bitches because that seems to be offensive for people.
if the fact that we're all sort of trying to cut back on stuff like that, like that's all we could, like there are worse things and there are bigger issues. I'm just gonna say that, but whatever. All right, what have we got for? Ugh, we have all sorts of things to talk about today as far as news and current events.
Yes. And I jumped in. I added more. So you're
Oh,
welcome.
look at you! Look at you
Uh
actually doing stuff.
well, because I didn't have to work a 10-hour day. Yesterday was a 14-hour day. So
Yeah.
um there was a shooting at Chandler Mall. Scary because
Hmm.
I almost went to Chandler Mall.
I think there's one at Arizona
um
Mills too. At least
yes,
not that long
just
ago.
recently. They caught the shooters for both. So I
Mhm.
say be safe, be safe, be safe out there. This one was a 19-year-old that was under the influence, very high. The mugshot looks awful.
Yeah. I'm just gonna throw this out there. It is not pot that these shooters are on. If these shooters are high on something, it is not pot. Just gonna throw that out there. Because
it hasn't been at all.
No. But usually
And
people are
they're
like, oh my
mostly
God, it's because marijuana. That's what happens when you legalize marijuana. No. This is what happens when people smoke
no.
meth. This is what happens when people do crack. This is what happens when people do like,
He was under
this is
guard.
not marijuana. This is not
Okay.
marijuana.
Okay, I'll message you
Suzette's trying to book you for a photo
tomorrow.
shoot. Would you like me to? You want to do that real quick? And I'll wait. If you all want to do that, that's fine.
Wrong business. I know that we don't want to compartmentalize people, but I compartmentalize my businesses. This ain't the right time. It's not the right time. So be safe out there. Yeah. And let's go on to more dangerous things. Yeah, you get into it.
So Alex Jones, everybody knows him from InfoWars and his awful like podcast and shit, was face to face with the parents of a Sandy Hook victim, who he's continuously said doesn't exist. He has gone on the record on his show. He has said that Sandy Hook was a hoax. He said that all the videos are fake videos, blah blah blah. To date, 7 of the Sandy Hook families and one of the FBI agents involved have actually successfully sued him for defamation regarding the Sandy Hook massacre. And Jones actually, right after these parents were like, hi, I fucking exist. My kid was shot in the head. He fucking exists. He literally said they were feeding the media fake videos. I'm like, this guy has no fucking conscience. None.
Wow.
None. No fucking conscience. I don't understand how someone is just okay with this shit. Like, you're really gonna tell somebody whose kid was literally shot in the head that it was a hoax?
Okay. So I had to tell somebody because they were kind of sliding onto the Jones side of the fence. And I was like, wait a minute. So we all joke that Tupac and Michael Jackson are not dead. But I would never go to their relatives or their parents and to their face say, I think they're on an island somewhere. This is fake.
Everybody's been saying Elvis is still alive for decades.
I mean, but I would never say or disrespect the family in a way that they would come after me and sue me or try to get me removed from media completely. So, he's an asshole because, wow, even if you're an evil human being, you have to have some kind of moral compass that's like
something.
Stop.
Like
does he have children?
I have no idea. Probably not. Would anybody sleep with him? Right.
I mean, stupid people.
I can't imagine anybody would actually voluntarily sleep with him. So I don't know if he's got kids. I'd divorce him in a heartbeat if I saw this shit.
So we have a little bit of deja vu happening. Phlebotomist at LabCorp, or is it Quest or Sonora Quest?
Sonora Quest. I think Sonora Quest is what's out here, but this is nationally.
Oh, okay. Are refusing to draw blood from monkeypox victims. If you don't know and you've been hiding under a rock, monkeypox has been going around kind of like the chicken pox. It's like a very the sores are very thick looking, and they appear mostly in the places that they made skin to skin contact. And this the way that they're avoiding it is, it seems like a little bit of the eerie era of when people were avoiding people with AIDS. Don't touch them. Don't look at them. Don't be in the same room with them, because
Right.
they did believe at some point that you could breathe in the same room and get AIDS from people. So
It's very reminiscent of the medical professionals that were refusing to treat AIDS patients. Like it's very.
But these were
icky.
also the people that were smoking in hospitals. So
right, stupid. So with this drought that we've all been experiencing, the water levels at Lake Mead are dropping at a ridiculous rate. Like I don't know if anybody's seen pictures, but Lake Mead is very, very low right now. And it's so low, in fact, that 3 sets of human remains have been found at the bottom of the lake. One was found in a barrel with a gunshot wound. Authorities have ruled that a homicide. You think?
Yeah. Whoa.
Dude. Okay. The identities on the 3 bodies have not been established yet. They're going to have to do some DNA testing and some stuff, because one's practically one is practically skeletal. The other 2 are a little bit more well preserved, but they're going to have to do some digging and figure out when they may have been put in there and all this stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. They've also found a World War II era landing craft and some wrecked boats, and I'm curious to see what else is going to pop up, because it's like
the Earth is talking. The Earth is talking. All sorts of interesting
things. Maybe we'll find Jimmy Hoffa.
Just like Eddie Omega said, the sinkhole in South America that just popped up, it's still sinking. Just so we know.
Interesting.
If it starts coming this way, I'm gonna have to relocate. I'm so sorry. So sorry. What are we doing? Jumping into politics? Oh, I love this one. I was actually not involved, but just watching from a distance, obviously. Surprising victory. Kansas voters overwhelmingly shut down a bill that would allow lawmakers to ban abortions. And the reason why I was following it is because Janelle Monáe was pushing for Kansas to vote against this, because duh.
Right. So I was actually kind of surprising, like, and it wasn't just by a little bit, like it was a big margin. Like Kansas, a big majority of them said absolutely not. You are not going to ban abortions. We're not going to let that happen. So,
but the more and more this keeps going on, the more and more women are talking to each other and realizing, shit, this is not good for me. Because even if you're not seeking to have an abortion, there's other things that could affect you. That, like, if you need an operation, they would be like, "Oh no, we can't do that. It's kind of under this law." You'd be like, "What?"
Right. Sorry, you're probably gonna die, but oh well.
You're like, "I'm not having a baby." And you're like, "But your egg got caught in there, and it could be potentially a
right."
And you're like, "What the fuck?" Thanks.
In local politics, this is super exciting. A bunch of Trumpster fires have won Arizona primaries, if you haven't been paying attention. On the Republican side for the primaries, Blake Masters, who every time I see his name, I always think of Break Masters. Very unfortunate. He was a venture capitalist. He won the Republican primary for Senate. Mark Fincham, who is an election denier, has flat out like he's in line for Secretary of State. You know, the position that actually manages the elections, because that's what we need, is an election denier in charge of elections. He has actually said that the legislature should be able to overturn the voters' will.
Oh, because he didn't like what happened in 2020.
Yep.
Interesting.
Another election denier won the Republican primary for Attorney General. So yeah, sounds like we're gonna be in for some fun come November here. I can't wait to see this bullshit. As far
So I guess
as
we'll be making a lot of videos.
Oh God. As far as the governor's position, looks like it's going to come down to Carrie Lake and Katie Hobbs. I hope Katie Hobbs fucking steps the fuck up, because if she keeps being quiet, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I need her to step up.
How do we get her? Can we get people on the show? Can we get Carrie Lake on the show?
I don't know.
Can we get Katie Hobbs?
Oh, that would be funny. We could try. Because I need her to step the fuck up. Like, I really need her to step the fuck up, because I'm kind of surprised that she actually won the primary, because she kind of dropped the fuck off, and I'm not thrilled with that. Like, not okay with that. So yeah. So I really hope that the Democrats fucking get out there and vote like crazy, because we're gonna be fucked otherwise, like hardcore fucked with the Republicans that are currently sitting in the primaries. So let's get this going, people. Like, let's
not to back up the train, but Suzette says she had a tubal pregnancy and a ruptured ovary and almost died. If it was today, she would have died. See?
Yeah.
I told you.
Your life doesn't matter. The only life that matters is the weird little cluster of cells that isn't really anything.
Because we don't do science here.
Gerbil.
We don't do science here. Stop it.
Nope.
What was the other one that I was?
That's funny.
In my neighborhood, some of the eyes are missing from some of the candidates' faces. I don't know what that is.
Only
that
makes them slightly more. I don't know. It makes them slightly more creepy or less creepy. I don't know.
They look like cyborgs to me. Over the weekend, sad to say, Nichelle. I always say things wrong. Anyway,
like Michelle, but with an N.
Nichelle Nichols passed away, known for her acting in Star Trek and the first interracial kiss on American television. She was 89.
We were actually. Are you watching any of the new Star Trek series on Paramount?
Mm-mm.
So we've gone through Discovery. We watched all of that. We've watched all of Picard, and we just started Strange New Worlds.
I should?
And yes, you should. But Uhura, who Nichelle Nichols played in the original Star Trek series, her character as a very young cadet is in
oh wow.
Is in Strange New Worlds. So we get kind of a little bit of her kind of a backstory and things. And it's I hope that before she passed away, she was able to watch this actress essentially play her character, as a younger version, because she's fantastic and she's amazing. And I hope that she had an opportunity to see it and kind of that her legacy is still there. You know what I mean? It's still being carried on. And I think it's funny because people are always, the fucking Republicans that are like watching the new Star Trek or whatever. They're like, oh my God, when did Star Trek get so woke? Bitch, day one. Day fucking one, 1966, day one. Like,
the wokest.
It's always, seriously, Star Trek's always been that way. And if you think it hasn't, then you weren't paying attention. So,
and you missed out.
I don't know.
So sorry.
Yeah. Bill Russell, who was a basketball pioneer and history maker, he also passed away recently. He was 88.
Yeah. they were around the same age and passed away around the same time, which kind of irritated me.
In fact, I
And
think it was the same day actually, because I
did
remember
they?
it was either the same day or maybe a day apart, because I remember seeing on the same day on my feed posts about Nichols and then Obama posting about Bill Russell. It was on I think it was on the same day.
It might have been.
So yeah, Suzette says it was on the same day. So yeah, they passed away on the same day this year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a year apart, or maybe she was waiting on a birthday. But I couldn't believe it. Speaking of things I can't believe, there's a lot of things about Beyonce happening that I can't believe.
Yeah.
So Beyonce released her new album, Renaissance, which she was hinting at, which she does a very good job. Like, if anybody
Also, I'm just
needs
going to
some
say real quick
marketing
that
hints,
everybody keeps asking about everybody's opinions on this album. I have not listened to it, so I have no opinion. Period.
I think you might like it. It's an ode to her, as she said, her fabulous gay black uncle. So she's claiming, so first and foremost, Beyonce is not reinventing house music. She is bringing it back simply. And in a sense,
house music has been around.
I know.
Has somebody ever listened
yes,
to
for those that like to detest house music and many other forms of music were founded by Black culture. Not understanding how people don't understand how Black culture starts things, and people just take them, and that's another discussion. But anyhow, so on many of these tracks, Beyonce has sampled many of the tracks that are in them and includes them as writers, so that if you are living under a rock and do not understand why this is very important, it is because, especially in this world of social media, people are not giving credit to those that they sampled from, who they get dance choreography from, which is usually in high numbers Black culture. So,
how people don't even attribute quotes properly. Like they put quotes on, like they'll put it on like a promo picture. I'm like, that is not your quote. You have to put it in quotations and you have to say who that is not your quote. Like they pass it off as if they're theirs. I'm like, no, you didn't say that. Like,
absolutely. And so Beyonce in her credits has given every single person that she has taken a sample from on the songs. And one of those songs has 24 writers. And so
that's
Diane
a lot of
Warren,
samples.
Yeah, it is. It's I can't play the track, but I could, but I don't want Beyonce coming after me because I'm trying to like defend her right now, and I don't need that. Anyway,
what song is it?
Shit, I knew you were gonna ask me that.
You're supposed to be prepared with this.
I know. I'll send it to you. But there are 24 writers on the track, and Warren went to the internet with her opinion and said, why would you have 24 writers on a track? Like, basically, like just letting that air out. And then people came back at her and said, well, unlike other people of other subcultures, we give credit to our folks.
Okay.
And so,
to be fair, didn't it take like 12 people to write Who Run the World, Girls, Who Run the World, Girls,
but that also
Who Run the World,
contains
Girls,
samples from
Who Run the World, Girls.
Yes,
we run
but it
it,
also
we run
contains
this, we run this
samples
mother,
from,
we run this, we run this mother, we run this, Who Run the World, Girls. Like it took like 14 people to write that because that's difficult.
Yes, but it also contains samples from other artists. basically she's making sure that they get paid for their work that she's using.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that's hard to understand. I mean, people keep stealing other people's work, so why not give them credit? Monica Lewinsky does not want her name in Beyonce's lyrics anymore. This song is old. I did write this one down. Partition is the name of that song, and
Oh,
I
I
think she
actually know
says,
that one. I don't know it, but I
"Yeah,
know that one.
yeah," and she says, "Monica Lewinsky all on this dress." We all know what that means, and we're not going to take it out of history. So why would we take it out of the song? Anyway, she's just mad her name is not on the credits. Old song, new news. And then
Listen, if you're gonna
Beyonce.
be the person that like decides to save a dress that has jizz on it and just keep it in your closet, like you kind of deserve to have like let's be real here. Like, I'm gonna save this. Oh, look, somebody jizzed all over this shirt. I'm gonna save this in case I need it.
That's gross.
Like, come on.
And then get a DNA sampled by a. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get mad when people make fun of you? Listen.
Nope.
You.
Already in.
Didn't Kellis actually say that she wants, or Kelly's or whatever the hell her name is, say that she wants Milkshake removed?
Yes,
As one of the
from one of the
samples in
songs,
something.
and that happened over the weekend as well. It's just a whole lot of
See, I pay attention to
usually
things sometimes.
Beyonce usually comes out very clean. This one had a little bit of bumps, including the same word that Lizzo had to remove from her song was included in Beyonce's song. And I was like, wait a minute. So Beyonce didn't pay attention like 3 weeks before she was about to release the song that Lizzo had to
Apparently
re-record
not
the song.
enough.
So there's
Apparently
2
not
songs that contain that word, I think, and she has had to re-record them on top of taking samples out of a song and then republishing it. I'm like, dang, this has been just so much work. But that's
That's
my
interesting.
Beyonce moments.
In world news, Nancy Pelosi was in Taiwan. She had all sorts of heightened security, but everybody's kind of talking about her wardrobe because she wore a pink pantsuit, which is very reminiscent of Hillary Clinton. And they're like, I read an article that literally kind of talks about women in politics and their very deliberate choices when it comes to fashion. So I highly recommend kind of looking that up because it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Ooh, my favorite thing is watching the royals and watching, because sometimes during the year, sometimes the color that they're wearing has like meaning, and I'm like, oh, I'll just walk out of the house in a t-shirt and jeans, and I'm fine. I don't even
right.
If somebody takes the picture, that's their problem, not mine.
I know we're running a little bit over, but we do have some other important stuff I think that we need to chat about real quick.
This one, we were talking about sexuality and gender expression and all those things. Donald Glover does not prefer or does not feel the need to label his sexuality. And as we were talking about earlier, go ahead, be that person. That is you. That is you. He went on to talk. Yeah, he went on to talk about racism and other things, and that's in the latest GQ, which I don't read because. Tag your
Oklahoma. So Oklahoma public schools have started requiring students from kindergarten to college to complete biological sex affidavits if they want to compete in school sports. It has to be completed by a parent or guardian and notarized. Kentucky and Idaho require sworn statements from healthcare providers that basically say, my kid has these genitals.
Yeah, we're the perverts that wear nylons and read books.
Okay, so we talked earlier briefly about monkeypox, and I have a little bit more information about monkeypox, because this is an actual thing now. We have to change our COVID news to monkeypox news if we're not if we're not careful here. San Francisco has actually declared a state of emergency over heightened monkeypox infections. New York State declared it to be an imminent threat to public health. So far this year, it has appeared in 71 countries where it has not been historically reported. Basically means 71 countries where this really wasn't a thing, it's now a thing. The US has already documented almost 5,000 cases so far this year. Well, that may not seem like a lot, but
Sounds like
for
COVID.
something that wasn't really a thing, and for it to be that big of a thing right now, it's an issue. Monkeypox is spreading quickly around men who have sex with men, which is why now there's a stigma that's growing around it. It's not considered an STI. There's weird little things that from what makes one thing an STI, but one thing not an STI. There's still some debate about whether it is an STI, whether it's not an STI. Right now, it is still categorized as not being an STI.
So I did not read into this, but I saw a headline that we were running out of vaccine. True, false?
I don't think we are, not yet anyway. A lot of the major cities are getting quite a bit. I know Arizona has received quite a few vaccines, so hopefully we are still good on that. So monkeypox actually originated in Africa. It was found in monkeys in Africa. And outside of Africa, 99% of infections are in men, and 98% of those cases are men who have sex with men. Nobody's entirely sure why it's spreading so quickly, like why it's within the gay community. We're not sure why that's happening, but it is. It is highly contagious and generally transmitted through skin-to-skin contact with someone showing symptoms. It can also be spread by coming into contact with items that have touched an infected person's rash or bodily fluids, like towels, sheets, clothing, etc. So,
yikes.
There are, I guess I could have deleted that because there are some vaccine clinics planned. There was in Phoenix, there was one today. There was one I think last week. The next one is August 8th, which is Monday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. At 1645 East Roosevelt.
Is that the only one?
Right now, yes, from what I could find anyway. Southwest might be doing them, and I think you might be able to get them from your healthcare provider if they have them, if you have like a primary care physician. So call your doctor, see if they have the vaccine. They might be able to give it to you. If not, there are clinics that are being planned. Preference is being given to men who either sleep with men or have multiple partners. Because that's the highest the highest risk thing. And while I was looking at this, so when I found the information for the vaccine clinics, I think the date of the clinic was the date of the article was a couple weeks ago, I think. And as of that article, there were I think 23 or 24 cases in Arizona. As of today, there are 74 cases in Arizona. So it's spreading. And I really, really, really hope that people are paying attention. And I know like this is where the stigma comes in, because it's like the CDC is trying to tell men who have sex with men, please try to limit contact and casual sex with people and things like that until you're vaccinated. But it's hard because once you start saying things like that, then it becomes, this is a gay thing. And that's part of the problem, and that's where part of the stigma comes from, and that's where the AIDS stigma came from, is that it was the gay cancer. They're trying to avoid that with this, but they're also trying to kind of
warn
really
people.
Right. It's like, look, if you are a man, whether you are cisgender or transgender, and you have multiple partners, if you sleep with men, you need to be mindful and really try to kind of limit casual sexual contact until after you're vaccinated, or until this gets better under control. So definitely talk to your primary care physician to see if they have access to the vaccine. If not, like I said, Monday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., 1645 East Roosevelt Street in Phoenix. They're going to have a vaccine clinic there.
You have to make an appointment?
Or no, I think you just go. And call Southwest Center. I'm not sure if they have vaccines, but they might. So call them and ask them as well if you are someone that falls under the high risk category. And while it's one of these things where, like, I'm not currently having sex with men, but the option is there, which is why I'm still taking PrEP and why I'm going to go and get the vaccine, because I'm still like, I'm still considered to be sort of
Eddie.
Sorry. Right, not in the high risk factor. I know. Technically, I'm not either, because I'm not having sex with men. But it's whatever. But yeah, if you might be at a higher risk, just go take care of yourself. Think of it as like the COVID vaccine. Better safe than sorry. Go do it before you get sick, not after.
And if you have valid concerns about your health, please consult your doctor. And we are not healthcare professionals.
So, the vaccine that they're using, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but the vaccine that they're using is actually a vaccine that is also used to prevent smallpox. So it's a vaccine that has been around a while. It is not a new vaccine. It is something that's been around. It's used to prevent things like smallpox, which is in the same family as
no, I mean not to be I don't care about the people that are naysayers. I'm talking about the people that are that actually do have concerns of health.
Yes. No. Underlying, I know people are. I was probably like, I'm sure people are probably like, oh my god, it's a new vaccine. No, it's not a new vaccine. This falls under the smallpox, the chickenpox, the things like that's.
I thought we got smallpox vaccines when we were kids.
Time
to up it. Let's go. Right. How many shots is it? I keep seeing people do this.
It's 2. It's 2 shots, 4 weeks apart. Oh. So, yeah, 2 shots, 4 weeks apart.
I don't like my fatty tissue being played with.
My God.
They're wings for a reason. Anyway.
All right,
still be safe with COVID.
Right. Remember, that's still making a comeback now, too. So we have some very, very contagious variants around. So just be smart, y'all. Please be smart out there. Be safe. Keep wearing your masks whenever you can. Just be smart.
Do.
All right. What have we got? Have you got anything coming up before me?
Yes. So
it wasn't
it's not on the list. No, I didn't update it. So on August 7th, which is Sunday, I will be joining Lola Van Horn to celebrate Justin Sider's birthday for Lola Palooza. And I have more information on my page because I think there's 2 shows that we're doing. So there's one show at 1:30 and then one show at 3:00. And neither of the shows are the same. So.
And then the following Sunday on August 14th, I'm in Tucson at Bumstead's for Dragalicious Sundays. So that'll be fun. It's always a good time. Heading to oh my God, Felicia, one job. Heading to performing in Tucson is always a good time. It's always, it's always a different crowd. It's always, so it's different folks than are usually up here. So I always enjoy that. So that'll be fun. And it's a new show too. So that'll be good. I think this is like their second show or something. So
yes,
either second or third. So that'll be fun.
I'll be there in October. How? Nice. I don't know yet. Sorry, I'm updating this as I go.
Oh my God.
Oh, on August 19th, we'll have Drag Bingo and Cats. And if you have not gotten tickets, you should. I saw that La Guitarra put up a Facebook event, so invite your friends. And then on the 20th, Freddie and I will be doing Adult Story Hour in Tucson. It's the Bookman's Midtown, I think.
Do they know how are they doing that? Is it like, is Bookman's going to stay open? Like, are people going to be able to, like, are there regular customers that are going to be able to come in? Like, are they going to make sure the kids don't come over? Like, how are they going to do that? Okay, I should probably find that out. And then August 21st, on that Sunday, I will be back at C7 for the Three Fates review. I'm excited. I haven't been there the last two shows. I've been either out of town or dying. So I'm excited to be back there.
Such extremes. Oh my God.
Terrible.
And then, so I don't know how this is gonna work.
I was gonna say, how the hell are you gonna do this when you can't even be on time for our show?
Oh, I took the day off. So August 24th at 5, I will be doing a drag story hour. I'll release details as soon as I get more information. But so I'll be doing the story hour in person, and then running here. Because that's
you ambitious. You are that. Let's see how.
Wouldn't that be funny if I'm early? You would laugh if I'm
early. I would.
And then
hours at that point. And then August 31st, dun dun dun. That is our season 10 finale. If you can believe that shit.
What should we do for the finale?
Go to bed early?
We've done Q&As. We've done...
Maybe we should ask. We should start asking people now what we should do for the finale, and then we can actually plan ahead for that instead of asking like the week of.
That's true. So if you have ideas, let us know.
Why don't we could here's an idea. We could try and find some of our previous guests or something, or even folks like or whatever that we could do a roast. We could have people come on and roast us.
I don't have a self-esteem to handle a roasting at this point.
Oh my God.
Maybe by the end of the month I can get one. I need to... Oh, but it would be fun. Oh, you know who would have fun? And we go back and forth in the dressing room is Sassy. Sassy would definitely enjoy it.
Yeah.
She roasts me on a regular basis and I roast her back. So, I mean... I guess maybe I do have the self-esteem for this. We could have people do it. We could.
And then rolling into September, mark it on your calendar. September 16th is the September's Drag Bingo and Cats. So you might actually be able to get tickets for that already too. So, but that's what we've got coming up this month. We've got all sorts of things. Make sure you follow us on
Sex Trivia comes back in September 10th.
Yes, Sex Trivia comes back in September. No Sex Trivia this month. It just didn't work out with scheduling. Why is my cat dying outside my door? Like, I know there's somebody out there that can pet him. I don't know why he's yelling outside my door. It's fine. He's probably like, it's 9:19. You should be done by now.
Okay. That's the end of it. It's over. I'm so sorry. Can't keep it from your children and your cats. Thank you all for watching live, watching on the replay, and listening on the podcast with over 5,000 downloads. It only took me a couple years to do it regularly.
That would be Wick, Juan. Wick is the one that's screaming right now.
Wick is in an identity crisis at the moment. That's what I feel.
He's got issues.
He's trying to figure it out. Anyway, so thank you for watching. Thank you, and we will see you next week for your Wednesday night conversation.
Good night.
Promotional consideration for Let's Have a Fefe provided by Wigs of a Kind, The Burly Barber, Bone and Basil, as well as our patrons at Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe to become a Fefe patron. Virtual tips accepted at paypal.me/Let's Have a Fefe. Subscribe to the Let's Have a Fefe podcast. You can listen on your favorite podcatcher. See you next week for your Wednesday night conversation. This has been Let's